So once again, a lot of you have been asking me about neuromuscular techniques, how to do them, and the literature on them, so I've decided to make some videos for you guys. We're going to be covering the lower body this time. A few notes before we begin. Remember, this is for pain and performance, so it will help your muscles fire a little bit better. As you're doing these, make sure that you're holding tension in each sequence and you're not letting go of that tension, or else you're not going to be tensioning the glide. Okay, so first we'll start with common peroneal. You can do this in a standing position or a laying position. If you have trouble with balance, please do hold on to something. So you're going to take your leg out in front of you, and you're going to move it over your midline, and you're going to internally rotate from your hip. From here, you're going to point your toes out and flex your toes. Okay. Now from this position here, internal rotation, flex toes, pointing down, you're just going to have a spinal slope. So in a sitting position, it would look like this. And the tensioning should be all in here. Okay. Next, we're going to do tibial, which is the same position with your leg internally rotated, adducted, but your foot is going to be in a different position. Now your toes are going to be flexed up. You're going to bring your pinky towards your face, so you're in eversion with the foot this way, and you're now going to create that spinal slope one more time. And that should be a little bit more on the back side of the leg. Your cutaneous distribution should be back here. So that was common peroneal and tibial nerve. Next we'll do the sural nerve. Now the sural nerve doesn't have any nerve endings, so it's typically for people who are having ankle problems and stuff like that. But if you're trying to increase performance when it comes to the lower body, it's definitely one that you want to hit. Now what you're going to do is move over your cross line, and you're going to invert the foot. From here, the only difference is you're going to relax the toes, and then you're going to create a spinal slump. Now the difference in the cutaneous distribution, or where you're feeling it rather, it shifts from here, from the common peroneals, to here, to the sural nerve. So it's definitely down in this area that you should be feeling that nerve glide. Next is the obturator and the femoral nerve. Now these are once again in the same position, you're just adding a different movement to get the obturator. So what I recommend is, if you are in a standing position, it works really well if you have a bench or a table or something like this. But I'm going to do this in a kneeling position, which is almost as good. So from here, you're going to ground your knee, and you're going to bring your hip into extension, meaning that your knee is going to be behind you. From here, you're going to tuck the pelvis underneath as much as you can, and from there you should be feeling a pretty good amount of tension. If not, you're super flexible and you need a little bit more work to actually glide that nerve. So from this position, what I'm going to do is tuck my pelvis. I'm feeling that stretching here. Now, slumping from my belly button, I'm going to do a spinal slump. Okay. Now this is femoral nerve. The only difference between femoral and obturator is, in obturator, you're going to abduct the hip, which means you're going to be moving away from that stance knee. Really simple. Feeling that stretch, tuck the pelvis underneath, and from here, create that spinal slump once again. And you should feel a little bit of different stimulus on that side. Just a few side notes with these. Just like the upper body, you can tension these differently, however you like, in any order that you like, as long as you're holding tension, and you can create different drivers. So for instance, if you're feeling pain in the knee, for the common peroneal, you may want to unlock and lock. You can shift through the hip, or you can do the toes. You can choose any driver you like. So typically wherever the pain is, start there and then move closer and closer to the body itself. I hope that helps. Let me know if you guys have any more questions. Thanks.